1200 BC, the era of Pharaoh Ramses II. Sounds like just another date in a history book. But think about it for a second. Imagine stepping into a time machine, traveling backward one day, every single second. To reach these vibrant streets, you'd have to travel back exactly 1,170,000 days. Crazy, right? Now, let's make it personal. Think of your own father, then your grandfather. If we pull that unbroken family chain all the way back, you'd have to count 130 generations just to reach this exact moment. Can you even wrap your head around that? Come on, let's unlock the hidden doors of a world a million days away. After getting the morning news, where do you usually go? Grab a coffee, sit at a cafe. Well, Happy does exactly the same. Welcome to an ancient Egyptian tavern. Look at this layout. Wooden tables, open-air seating. Doesn't it look surprisingly modern? Thousands of years before your favorite local diner was built. The concept of grabbing a bite with friends was already perfected right here. Look closely at the tables. See these clay pots? You might think they're just normal cups, but they hold a brilliant ancient secret. Made from porous Nile mud, the water slowly evaporated through the clay. Notice this metal brazier with the smoldering coals inside. We take electricity for granted, right? You just flip a switch, but here. When the sun went down, the world went pitch black. These glowing coals were their light bulbs. At night, tavern keepers filled them to illuminate the tables and keep the patrons warm. Simple, but highly effective. Phew. Can you smell that? Let's step into the kitchen area. Look at the sizes of those massive vats. Cooks are sweating over open fires, boiling thick stews and brewing fresh beer. Cooking for a whole neighborhood without modern gas stoves or timers. That required serious, back-breaking labor. This kitchen was the beating heart of the community. Listen to that. What's a good restaurant without some live entertainment? Over here, a musician is playing a traditional reed flute. If you enjoy live acoustic music while you eat today, well, you can thank the ancients. They literally invented the vibe. And look right behind him. See that dome-shaped structure? That's a traditional clay oven, baking fresh bread daily. Good music, fresh food, cold drinks. Some things never change, do they? All right. Happy is full, rested, and ready for the chaos. Welcome to the ancient supermarket. No shopping carts, no barcode scanners. Just pure, raw survival. Look at these massive woven baskets filled with the daily catch. Without modern freezers or refrigerators, you bought your fish fresh from the Nile, and you ate it the exact same day. Think about that. Farm to table isn't just some modern luxury trend. Back then, it was the only way to stay alive. Oh, wow! Look down here. See these little guys hanging around the fish. Cats. Now, you probably have a furry friend at home, right? But to Happy, these aren't just cute pets begging for a snack. In a world where a single rat could destroy a family's entire winter grain supply, these hunters were literally the line between life and death. They were considered sacred, magical protectors. In fact, if you accidentally harmed a cat in ancient Egypt, the punishment was death. Crazy, isn't it? Moving past the fish, we hit the greens. Look at these massive cabbages and thick gourds. We are so used to seeing perfectly shaped veggies wrapped in plastic at the grocery store. But this is real food. Pulled straight from the dark, muddy banks of the Nile River. This was the ultimate fuel. Wait. Happy is holding a fresh fish, some cabbages, and a handful of sweet dates. But how is he actually going to pay for this? Remember what I told you earlier? Actual money, Metal coins with numbers on them do not exist yet. So, do they just blindly trade a chicken for a sack of onions? Not at all. The ancient Egyptians were absolute financial geniuses. Instead of cash, they used a brilliant system based on a standard weight of copper or silver, called the Deben. Think of the Deben as an invisible price tag. A sack of grain might be worth 1 Deben. A wooden bed, maybe 20 Deben. You didn't actually hand over pieces of copper. You just traded a mix of your own goods that equaled that exact invisible value. It was a completely cashless society, thousands of years before credit cards and Apple Pay. But how do we actually know this? Are historians just guessing? Absolutely not. Deep in the Egyptian desert, at an ancient workers' village called Deir el Medina, archaeologists found something incredible. Thousands of broken pieces of pottery and limestone covered in scribbles. They are called ostraca. And you know what they actually were? Ancient grocery receipts. Just imagine finding a 3,000-year-old supermarket receipt written on a rock. These ancient receipts prove exactly how ordinary people shopped. One specific stone literally records a man buying a woven bed and paying for it with a mix of 2 jugs of oil, a tunic, and some copper tools. Everything was strictly calculated. Everything was fair. No money, no problem. Genius. Isn't it? All right. Happy has his groceries. But there is one final, absolutely crucial stop before he heads home. The industrial heart of the city. The olive press. Look down here on the ground. Before a single drop of oil is pressed, the work begins. See the woman carefully sorting through the harvested olives. This meticulous, patient work was traditionally handled by women. She has to remove all the bitter leaves, stems, and any rotting olives by hand. Why? Because just one bad handful could completely ruin the taste and quality of an entire batch. Only the absolute best make it to the premium press. Shoo! Now look at the main event. Watch the man turning that massive, heavy crushing stone. This is backbreaking, grueling work. This rotary stone mill, a heavy-duty technology that would later become the backbone of the entire Roman Empire, was an absolute marvel of ancient engineering. It crushes the whole olive, bits and all, into a thick paste. Just imagine pushing that heavy stone for 12 hours straight in the blazing Egyptian heat. But do you notice that smoking pile of waste in the corner? You might think something is burning down, but it's completely intentional. Working near the moody Nile meant fighting endless, suffocating clouds of mosquitoes and flies. So the laborers burned the leftover, crushed olive pits, and dry grass to create a thick, toxic smoke screen. It was the ultimate, all-natural ancient bug repellent. Nothing survives that smoke. Genius, right? Finally. The extracted oil is poured into these massive clay vats to settle and be stored. Now, here is a secret most people don't know. Today we use olive oil mostly for cooking or salads, but to Happy and his people, this was literally liquid gold. It wasn't just food. It was their electricity, fueling the clay lamps that lit up the pitch-black nights. It was their pharmacy, used to clean and heal wounds, and it was their sunscreen, rubbed directly onto the skin to protect them from the brutal desert sun. Food, light, medicine, and protection, all from a single fruit. Incredible.